1981, American spy satellites picked up something terrifying at the Severodvinsk shipyard. It was a submarine, but it was the size of an aircraft carrier. The Soviets called it Akula. The West called it the Typhoon. It was 574 feet long. It was wider than a house. Inside, it had a sauna, a bird aviary, and a swimming pool. But it also carried 20 ballistic missiles, each one capable of wiping out a major American city. If this monster disappeared into the deep Atlantic, the US Navy couldn't stop it. They needed to know its weakness. They needed to know what it sounded like. So they sent a ghost to catch a monster. Welcome to Shadow Works. In the cold depths of the Barents Sea, a game of cat and mouse was played that could have ended civilization. This is the story of the USS Parche, a small, aging attack submarine, and its classified mission to sneak up behind the deadliest machine the Soviet Union ever built, and follow it for 1,000 miles without being seen. To understand the danger, you have to understand the ships. The USS Parche wasn't the fastest boat in the fleet. It wasn't the newest. But it was special. It was a special projects boat. In Navy terms, that means it didn't just hunt ships, it stole secrets. It was packed with extra electronic listening gear and highly classified sonar arrays. Its job was acoustic intelligence. In underwater warfare, eyes are useless, ears are everything. Every ship has a unique voice. The sound of its pumps, its gears, its propeller blades slicing the water. If the Parche could record the Typhoon's voice, the US Navy could track it forever. The Typhoon was designed to be quiet. It was covered in thick rubber tiles to absorb sonar, but it had one weakness. It was huge. Displacing 48,000 tons, it required massive propellers to move. And behind those propellers lay the only safe place for a spy, the Baffles. A submarine's sonar is in the front. The noise of its own engines creates a blind spot directly behind it. To get the recording, the Parche had to park itself inside that blind spot. Imagine driving down a highway at 60 miles an hour, at night, with no lights, tailgating a semi-truck with only 10 feet of separation. Now imagine doing it underwater, with nuclear missiles on board. The mission began in the Barents Sea. The Parche located the Typhoon leaving port. The American captain, Commander Whitfield, gave the order to slip into the wake. For days, they trailed the Soviet giant. They were so close they could hear the Soviet crew flushing toilets. They could hear the rhythmic thump, thump, thump of the massive shafts turning. But the Soviet captain wasn't stupid. He knew he was a target. And that led to the most terrible